Hi friends, it's Reagan and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. I literally just ended my other reading vlog. If you haven't seen it, I'll have it down below. And I'm starting this weekend reading vlog, which I'm very jazzed about. So it is, goodness, what is today's date? November 13th. So we're about halfway through the month already. And so far I have to say I'm pretty jazzed with my reading in that all the books that I have read so far I've really liked. So I'm trying to keep the momentum up. I'm trying to continue to read long books and just all the books on my TBR. In terms of plans for this weekend, I have none. I have to film and shoot some stuff like always. I plan on actually decorating now for the holidays this weekend. I was gonna do it earlier this week but lost motivation. But in fact, I think in about an hour I'm going to head to Michael's and Home Goods and see if I can get just a few remaining items to spruce up the place and I'll decorate. But outside of that, I think Clay and I are just gonna hang out, watch anime, and I'm obviously gonna do a bit of reading, so let's talk about the books I hope to read. Here's my disheveled life because my work computer is still up there. First off, I'm actually gonna talk about this book, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is the book I plan to start and finish in its entirety this weekend. This is one of my most anticipated books of the year. It is a God-based pre-Columbian American inspired fantasy story and I've heard amazing things. I think it's multi-POV and also about gods coming back to Earth and their intersection with humanity. I can't wait. I read a Rebecca Roanhorse book last month and loved her writing style and her characters, so I've just heard such good things about this, so I feel like I'm going to love it. I also don't think it's too long. Yeah, it's like 450 pages, so I feel like I can definitely read all of this. In between that, I'm also going to be reading more of The Mad Ship. Over the past few days, I've been able to get to page 260. So this is really just like supplemental. My priority and my focus is on Black Sun, but I'm loving this book and I'm just trying to plan to read it over the next week and finish it and then move to The Way of Kings. So these are the two books I hope to read. I'm really jazzed about both of them and I'm excited to share my opinions with you along the way. But yeah, just wanted to start this vlog and say hello. So here's my little collection of Christmas decorations. I need to pick up batteries. Also, it's dark now because daylight savings. And I didn't make it to Michael's. There's something about when the night falls. When the night falls. Look at Matilda. I just can't be bothered to leave my apartment. So I'll try at some point this weekend. I also so confidently said I wasn't going to put my Christmas tree up, but now that I have all this out, it seems like might as well. I'll try to link everything I can down below. So I have Christmas pillows. I feel like the whole effect is not going to be done for like a couple weeks, but we can get started. So I'm having a bit of crisis because I hate everything I've set up over here, so I need to get some things. Like I want to get like a real garland for there, and I think I might get some like fake snow, some more little trees. I don't know, this feels cluttered also because there's clutter, so that could be part of it. But I do love this guy. My mom got me this last year and I just think it's so cute and retro, and I am happy with what I did to the shelf up here. These are from Target and the little brush bottle trees are from Target. So that I like. I just need to figure out what I'm doing over there to make it look festive and not so like cluttered and all over the place, which I'm failing at currently. Well, this is escalating quickly. Flamin' Hot Funyuns, a little deviation from the norm, but still delicious. I completely lost track of the night. I think I just got so caught up in decorating. I was about to pour myself a cup of coffee and I realized it was 9 p.m. I was like, maybe that's too late even for me. But, and I was like, maybe I should have a glass of wine? I don't know. Clay's almost done working. Bless. Oh, he also bought me these Flaming Hot Cheeto bones, bag of bones, which is interesting. I wish I could tell you I have been reading all this time, but I haven't. I've just been noodling around, but as I said, I'm like rambling too. Clay's almost done working. We're gonna watch TV. I think we're gonna watch anime, which I'm so excited about, and The Mandalorian. And I ordered like so much Italian food for delivery because I don't know, guys. That's just how life is right now. Now ain't this a cozy sight? Stand by that the Netflix fireplace is clutch. Got a little beverage, our food is on the way, and we're gonna watch episode 2 of Bleach. I'm just trying to increase Clay's shonen education.
Shonen me at all.
Oh wow. Before we start though, we did just finish Steins Gate. So Clay, what would you give it out of 10?
5.
That's 5 out of 10?
8.5.
Oh, I was like, you just said it was a 9 yesterday. I'm like, what happened between now and then?
Yeah, first half, like in the beginning, I was like, this is like a 7-ish. And then it really cranked up, and then I was like, oh, now I just know why it's like a 9 on my anime list.
Yeah.
It's really strong.
Yeah, I think I'd give it the same. I think I like Ghost in the Shell better, but it's not because it's objectively better. It's like a feeling in my heart. Like if I had to pick one, I'd pick Ghost in the Shell. Because there's something about like the characters, but I really like Steins Gate. And I love the concept of the show and like the genre of it. I found it to be really entertaining, and I can definitely see why it's super popular.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say. They feel so different.
You think?
They didn't feel like...
They're very different, but like they are in the same genre. So like, I'm just saying that because we watched them like back to back, kind of.
Yeah. I liked it a lot though. It
yeah.
was really very good.
Yeah, it was entertaining, but I'm excited to watch Bleach. I haven't seen Bleach since middle school, and I really loved it. Similar to Naruto, so I'm hoping Clay and I get just as into Bleach as we did Naruto, which we obviously loved and became big fans of. And they're finishing Bleach finally in 2021, so I think it'd be fun to watch that. And I'm really...
Wait, Bleach isn't finished?
So yeah, so Bleach aired. It has like 300 episodes, but a lot of that's filler. Or maybe more than 300, but... And then they stopped because they caught up to the manga too quickly. And there was just too much filler. And now they're finally finishing it in 2021, the originator. And he's also coming out with a new show in the same like universe, but like in a different place. Which will make more sense once you like know more about how the magic works, like the Soul Society works. But I'm rambling. Anyway, we're gonna watch this. Italian food. Bleach. Now it's time for The Mandalorian. Matilda and I are here. I've actually started, oh my gosh, I love how I misplaced my bookmark in my book. I was looking for this. Anyway, so I started this book. I have not read a lot. I'm on page 11. But I'm going to sit down and do more reading. I will say, the single chapter I have read, incredibly intense. Very graphic. I feel like this book is going to be a wild ride just based off of what I've read alone. Those 10 pages have left an impact. But I do think Clay and I are going to watch a bit more Bleach. And then I'm going to read. I'm going to try not to stay up too late tonight because I want to wake up early tomorrow and be very productive, get all my shooting and editing out of the way. And we need a grocery shop for Thanksgiving. Because apparently I was talking to my mom and she was giving me all the information on what to do because we're doing it solo this year. But apparently things sell out and like things need a long time to defrost. It's all new and very stressful. But I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. But anyway, I'm gonna read now, watch a bit more anime, and then go to sleep. Clay's making coffee. I still am very much in love with my Christmas decorations. Main thing is I have a pretty big to-do list this morning. So I'm just going to focus on it. Filming, editing, it's all stuff I really enjoy, but I just like to get stuff like that out of the way right away so then I can focus on the rest of my Saturday. Oh, bless you, Matilda. I'm gonna put golf on actually, and then I'm just gonna get to work. My sunshine queen. Got fully dressed. It's not even 10:30 a.m. I'm about to sit down right over there and film my 2 videos. And then I think I'm gonna watch some golf because that's actually on this weekend. And I also need to make my grocery list for Thanksgiving grocery shopping later. Hi guys, so I've just finished filming and I'm currently uploading all of my footage, and with this bit of free time I thought I would do a bit of a fall haul with ThredUp. As you guys know, I have been a long-term ThredUp partner and they are actually sponsoring this video. But if you guys are not familiar, ThredUp is essentially the world's largest online thrift store. They carry thousands of brands, all of my favorites from Madewell, J. Crew, and other stories, all gently worn or honestly in like new condition. It's so easy to shop shop their site, as you can filter by brand, size, color, style. So it's really easy to narrow down to exactly what it is you're looking for your wardrobe. For me this year, I have been trying to be a lot more eco-conscious, either with the brands or how I'm shopping for my brands this year, and buying a lot more secondhand first. And ThredUp makes that incredibly easy. And of course, before I jump into the clothes themselves, which are so cute for fall, I of course have an offer code for you guys, which is Reagan30, which allows you to save 30% off your first order. So I'll have that down below, as well as a special link for you guys to check it out if you're interested in learning more or doing a bit of shopping. Per usual, everything comes packaged so nicely, which is one of my favorite things. I always feel like my packages from them are so special. I'm honestly thrilled about so many of the items I got. I'm looking at them right now. So many cute and cozy sweaters and items for fall, and so many of them were under $20, some of them under $15. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the haul, starting with a few pieces I of course picked up from Madewell, which is one of my favorite stores, and they have such an incredible Madewell selection. The first item I got is this sweater, and it is this super cute knitted kind of like orange and cream crew neck sweater. It's chunky, oversized, and incredibly soft. This is honestly one of their newer season pieces, and I was definitely eyeing to buy it last year when it was on sale, but I'm glad I waited and was able to get it for a much better price secondhand. But this was originally $98 and I got it for $29, so such a good deal. And it honestly looks like it hasn't even been worn yet. The tag is literally still on this. But yeah, it's the first thing I got. Super cozy, very, very soft. And then the second sweater I got is also from Madewell, and that is this guy, which I love so much. It looks like kind of like a modern cheetah print, and it's just so cute. It's like a little speckly polka dot sweater and this great mustard color. I love this. Like when I saw this, I immediately put it in my cart because I didn't want anyone else having it. As I said, this is also from Madewell. It's a really nice medium weight, so it's good for layering underneath jackets, but I also feel like this will carry over into spring really nicely as well. This was also originally $98 and I got it for $30, so another excellent price. And I'm really excited about this one. I think this is so, so cute. And then the last Madewell piece I'm gonna show off is this beautiful silk blouse. It has this really lovely floral pattern, if you can see, and it has a ruched front. I'm trying all these on so you'll be able to see it better with that, but it's just really flattering, and I'm excited to be able to layer this with like a cardigan over it. And obviously one day I will be back in an office environment. Who knows when that is, but for now I feel like this will be perfect for Zoom meetings with sweatpants on the bottom. It's a really nice lightweight fabric too, so definitely while it has fall colors, I think I can wear this in the spring and summer really easily. It's just a really classic cut, which drew me to it. This was originally $88 and I got it for $27, which I just think is so good. Next sweater is honestly such a good deal. I can't believe it. And it's so cute. It's this guy. It's like a really cute cropped cable knit, kind of a sage green color. I love how retro it is. I love that it has a bit of a bell sleeve, and more than anything, I love the price, because I don't think you guys are gonna believe this, but this was under $15 at $13.99. This is from the brand Moon and Madison. It was originally $36, and as I said, I got it for $13.99, which in my opinion is a steal, and I just think it's so cute. I also think like pairing this with the skirt would just work so, so well. And then the last two items I got and I'm gonna show off are both from the brand Universal Thread. They're super cozy, and I think, like, I mean, look, plaid. And they're gonna be perfect for the fall and into the winter season. The first one is this blouse, which is just this beautiful plaid blouse full of different maroons and red shades, a classic color, a classic silhouette. I actually like that it doesn't have buttons, so it's more blousey, so I feel like this kind of can go to the office a little easier. It's also under $15 at $14.99 with an original price tag of $30, so a nice 50% off deal. Yeah, it's so cute, and I just feel like I'm gonna get so much wear out of this. And the last item I got is so soft, and I can't wait to wear all around the house all of the time. And again, it's from Universal Thread, and it's this crew neck sweatshirt, but it has some really key details, which I just feel like makes it a little extra special. I love that it has drop shoulders. I love the color. I love the seam down the back, which I think is really fun. And I think probably my favorite detail is the split hem, which I think makes it really nice and easy to wear with leggings meetings, which is what I'm doing a lot of the time. This I just feel like is going to be amazing to wear on the weekends, snuggled up with Matilda. And I also think the color is so fall. This sort of like off clay red color is really, really nice. And this was also originally $30 and I was able to get it for $16. Alrighty guys, that was my ThredUp haul of all of my new fall goodness. I'm so excited to put away into my wardrobe. As I said at the beginning of this clip, I do of course have an offer code, which is Reagan30 to save 30% off your first order. I'll have that and of course a link to their site down below. Big shout out to ThredUp for working with me again. Honestly love their site and it's always such a joy to work with them and show off some new fall fashion for you guys. But anyway, that is the end of my haul and I'm gonna get back to editing now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Remove the lipstick, but put slippers on. I'm still feeling glamorous though. It's also time for another cup of coffee. And then I think we're gonna order some sandwiches for pickup for lunch from a local deli, which should be very, very tasty. Turkey Reuben, pigs in a blanket, and some fries. It's a good Saturday. All right, Christmas candle is lit. I have golf on, which is a rarity, obviously, because this was postponed from April or March. And I'm now actually going to finally do some reading. I have not read much of this book. I've only read like 40 pages, but I'm gonna get a chunk done for the next hour, and then Clay and I are venturing off to the grocery store to shop for Thanksgiving. Hi, it's me. Here to do my first reading update for Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. I've passed 75 pages. And this book, I mean, going into this book, it's just one of my most, I'm not being very articulate, but this book is one of my most anticipated books of the year. I've had really high expectations going in, only increasing because everyone has been saying how good it is on top of like everything else. And I'm happy to report at least 75 pages in so far. It's definitely living up the hype to me. It starts out so fast, and I already knew I really loved Rebecca Roanhorse's writing when I read Trail of Lightning, and I also feel like she has such a way with writing dynamic characters, also seen in Trail of Lightning. So I had a lot of evidence going in that I was gonna like this book, but it's definitely nice to just kind of see that it's gonna be great in the beginning. Like, it starts out quickly and there's no like lead up or having to like wait for it to heat up or anything like that. It's so good so far. But context, what this book is about, it's a multi-perspective story, and one of the perspectives, and it opens on this perspective, which is why I said the first chapter is intense, is it opens on a young boy kind of partaking in some sort of religious ceremony, and his eyes are sewn shut. So this book too is inspired by pre-Columbian America folklore, so there's a lot of religious elements that I've encountered so far, and I think all of that is inspired by that, which I think is really cool. Moving on from that chapter into the second chapter, which is when I realized immediately I was gonna like this book. We ran into one of our other main characters, Xylia, who is a very outspoken sea captain, and she finds herself in jail. She wakes up in jail, she's hungover, she basically got caught sleeping with a woman who is married and her husband called the cops on her basically, and she's kind of looking for work, and she kind of gets this proposition by a powerful merchant lord to transport an individual to Tova. Tova is a really big religious city, and there's about to be a big solstice in 20 days, and she has to get the passenger there before the solstice happens, which is a very dangerous and short trip given the time of year. And then the third perspective we encountered is the sun priest, who is a really powerful religious figure, and there are also 3 other priests representing different deities. And it does appear that like the temple was once really involved in the fabric of society, but perhaps like the people are starting to care a little bit less. I feel like that might be kind of like a larger dialogue in terms of the plot. But the line that made me realize I was going to really like this book, I'm just gonna read it to you. It's from Xylia when she realized she woke up in prison. She was no fan of merchant lords. In fact, it was working for a merchant lord that landed her here, in admittedly a roundabout way. If Lord Peck hadn't tried to double cross her, she wouldn't have had to throw him into the ocean. I literally read that, laughed out loud, and was like, yes, this is the vibe I'm looking for. This is a main character I can root for. But anyway, I've read 75 pages, and so far I'm really liking all the characters and the perspectives. The world is super fascinating. I always love religious and like folklore, gods come to earth kind of fantasy stories. It's just always some of my favorite things to encounter. So I'm excited to read more. I'm obviously trying to finish the whole thing this weekend. I don't actually think that's going to be that difficult given how this book is paced, but definitely keep you guys posted. But I need to actually head to the store now. I have been dreading this grocery shop trip all week. I barely go to the grocery store like all year. I hate doing it because the lines are always really long in New York. It's like a big process, so I just honestly try to avoid it, but it's unavoidable, so we're doing it. And we're off to try to find a turkey. I'm hoping we have no issues, that it's not complicated at all, but I've never bought a turkey before, so I'm going early. The real issue is gonna be finding space for a turkey in our freezer, but I'm confronting that when we get home. Getting our shop on. That turkey is a lot heavier than I thought 13 pounds would be, but I guess that just means I'm not very strong. Successfully packed away without having to get rid of any of my ice cream. The turkey. I am anything but a planner, if you're wondering why I got a turkey like 2 weeks in advance. I just didn't want to have to think about it, so I went and got it. Probably my 4th outfit change of the day, but I just threw on my favorite green flannel, just a white t-shirt, and then I bought another pair of girlfriend leggings. They released some like winter colors, and one of the colors was mustard yellow, and I could not say no. So this is my lounge look. Clay left to go pick us up some Starbucks holiday lattes. Thrilled to be here. Cheers, friends. I got the hazelnut praline. That is, it's not focusing, I apologize. Because that's my favorite one, I think. I'm not like a peppermint person. I'm much more of like a hazelnut sweet, so I got this. Clay got an iced latte, which no judgment, but it is 50 degrees outside, but he's living his best life. And Matilda is also living her best life. Watched a bit of Community. Clay is going to take a shower, and while he's doing that, I am gonna get back to reading and read more Black Sun, and then we're gonna watch Bleach, which I am so excited about. Watching more Bleach. We are on like episode 7. I also plan to read more tonight, but I think we're gonna watch like half of this episode, then I'm gonna start dinner, switch over to Community for a bit, but yeah, so far so good. If you're wondering what's on the dinner menu tonight, it's Spam. My favorite, honestly, my favorite meal. I have rice, and then I'll probably fry up some eggs to plop on top, but yeah, I'm gonna fry up some Spam and then watch more anime. The perfect Saturday night. And we're living the best life. We're all in here doing the exact same thing we were doing in the living room, but sometimes you just need a change of scenery. Anime watching is over, and I am now going to do more reading before I go to sleep. Try to get to page 150. Hi friends, good morning, happy Sunday. I wanted to check in because it's like 10 a.m. I'm about to sit down and do a lot of reading, but before I did that, I wanted to do a bit of a check-in because I have around 150 pages, and I just kind of want to make sure I am just grabbing my thoughts because, friends, they're all positive so far. It's honestly a pretty wild ride of a book. Really enjoying that we kind of have perspectives from like different catalysts in this tale. So we obviously have this sort of like sea captain, and I've described that I like her a lot, Xylia, and she's actually another race. She's Teak, which I suppose is kind of separate from everyone else, and people are really superstitious given her background. And she also has like supernatural powers. I think she can control water, and I also think by nature they're known to be wonderful sailors, which is why she got this dangerous job to transport the boy from the first chapter with his eye sewn shut, but time has passed, across to Tova. I don't really know like exactly what's going on there, but we did get some hints in terms of kind of some political unrest through the Sun Priest's perspective, which is cool. So obviously like religion and folklore and connection to gods is pretty central to this world and society. Essentially there are like different clans who praise and kind of worship different gods, but there's this sort of central temple which has representatives, I think, from multiple different gods. Kind of went from having a lot of sway within society and being really revered by the general public, but now they're kind of met with a range of emotions, either from just kind of like they're a novelty and they're kind of important to the culture of our town, but they're not necessarily so important, to like outright unrest and distrust towards the temple, and this is also being heightened because our main character, who is the Sun Priest, is trying to enact a variety of different reforms, which she's hitting a lot of roadblocks internally within the temple, but also among like the powerful clan families who have maintained power for a long time, so kind of changing things is not really in their best interest. And where they're finding the most unrest from the Carrion Crows, which is a connection to one of our other perspectives who comes from that clan itself. I'm not entirely sure their motivations, and neither is anyone else, but clearly there is some distrust and some political upheaval in the connection. It's really interesting. Religion is really central to this story, which I'm loving, and I'm just excited to kind of begin to see all these characters begin to intersect. Outside of the central unrest that's happening in the city of Tova, we're also following this sort of kind of like micro story of Zyla transporting Serapio, who is the boy from the first chapter who got his eyes sewn shut in some sort of religious ceremony, but 10 years have passed, so there's a lot of mystery surrounding him, and I believe he has magic. Obviously grown up, kind of come into his own power, he has magic, he's very mysterious as a character. But so far, the limited interaction I've seen between Zyla and Serapio has been really interesting because they're both kind of outcasts in society, and where Zyla kind of tries to do things to kind of put people at ease so she can fit in and do her job, Serapio is like less concerned with that, and he also has a mission that he keeps referencing, and honestly I have no idea what that has to do with anything, but I'm very intrigued. But I like them because I feel like they have definite things that they can relate to each other with, but their approach is different, and they're both obviously hiding secrets, and then sort of seeing them have to interact in this crew setting, which is kind of perilous because they're listening now, but at any point you kind of feel this tension that they could rise up. And there's also this inevitable countdown as well at the top of the chapters, countdown to the solstice, so there's this urgency that lives within this novel. It's just really good so far. There's lots of mystery, I have lots of questions, but I'm very, very intrigued, and the magic and the central kind of god focus of it is just so, so cool. Anyway, I'm gonna get to reading, but I just kind of wanted to give a general update of my thoughts and feelings. Rainbow mug, cup of coffee, and we're back to reading. It's me. I have been reading with my fireplace on, and I'm happy to report I've read over 100 pages just sitting down on the couch this morning, and I'm flying through this book. There's honestly so much to say, but one of them is, I mentioned that Serapio was pretty mysterious because he has some sort of mission that he's very vague about, which is still the case, but there are kind of, throughout all the chapters interspersed, there are chapters kind of following Serapio's childhood and his training, which in and itself is very mysterious and very intense, but it does provide some interesting context for his character and his abilities. He's also blind, but he is capable. I appreciate how he talks about his blindness throughout the book as well. Following that too, there's a lot of political intrigue going on. I would say like internal and external politics are on an all-time high. Both within the priest temple, there's like, you can't really tell where the threat is from, and it might be from both places, but expanding in that, I've also encountered a new perspective of someone from the Carrion Crow clan, and there's also some internal political strife going on there between kind of the traditionalists and the cultists, and I'm pretty sure like Serapio, who is a Carrion Crow, is like connected to this in some way, and I think the cultists. So there's all these like little threads currently going on and lots of mystery, but it's such a fast read, and I'm just so curious to see how everything connects. Which is why I read 100 pages so fast. I could not put this book down. So I'm gonna continue to read this morning. I just wanted to check in because I was able to read a really good chunk of this book. I'm gonna do a bit of cleaning up actually right now, but I'm gonna get back to reading, but I'm really liking it. I like all the POVs, I like their connections. I really love Zyla, and I really love kind of the unexpected companionship between her and Serapio. I wasn't really anticipating that when I knew she was going to be sailing him across the ocean. I thought they would be like suspicious of each other, but this sort of camaraderie that I'm seeing between them is really interesting, and I don't quite know how it's going to progress because politics are getting spicy, but I'm really enjoying it. So all that's to say, really good so far, and I'm about 50% of the way done, or a little over 50% of the way done, so I'm gonna keep reading, but I'm liking it a lot. Matilda oftentimes just hangs out alone in her kennel, in her room, and doesn't want to be bothered by Claire and I. Like, we just can't find her. We're like, where'd she go? Like, oh, she put herself in her room. I guess she got tired of us. But yeah, this is her whole little nook of blankets and toys and windowsill and kennel when she kind of wants to just sleep unencumbered. Got partially dressed today. This is my favorite sweater. Well, one of my favorite sweatshirts. It has pockets. It's incredible. It's so soft. And I just threw a turtleneck on and I'm wearing my leggings. It's cold out there. It also got really gloomy. That's why Millie's tuckered underneath her little blanket here to stay warm. Are you guys even surprised? Bagels, football, natural. Hi, it's me. I'm just popping in the other room to quickly do a reading update. I'm happy to report I've read over 200 pages, which means I have about 100 pages left of this book. I'm making excellent progress. It looks like it's really late outside, but it's not even 5 p.m. yet, so I have plenty of time to read and I have no worries about finishing this book. That being said, I did just want to do a quick update just to continuously say I'm really liking it. All of the different perspectives I feel like are, you know, both tying together in really interesting ways, and just the overall politics of the story I'm finding fascinating. There's just so much underlined unrest. There's all of these plans and like machinations that have been in the works for so long, and yet so many people are in the dark. Like, someone could be in the center of a set of plans and not know anything. So the reveals are really satisfying, and I don't know, the characters themselves, you kind of root for all of them, even if you don't entirely know or understand their motivations. They're easy to root for and they're very likable. Rebecca Roanhorse's writing is so good. She just has such a way to make such a gripping and fast-paced story, and that is definitely the case with Black Sun. And I think I mentioned this in another clip, but because we're like counting down to the solstice and we know that is some sort of important date for a catalyst of something that is going to happen, you feel the urgency of that date approaching for all of the characters for different reasons, which just makes things really interesting. See internal political strife, external political strife. There's just a lot going on, but it's all portrayed really effectively and it's clear. It's just really good and I'm liking it a lot. I also wanted to shout that it has some great queer representation, both in romantic or sexual relationships, but also in identity. There is a trans character, as well as there is a third gender just in general present in this book. So I definitely wanted to shout that out as well. But I'm gonna get back to reading. I'm actually going to take a bit of a break. I'm gonna edit a video and then I will read more. But I just wanted to say I only have 100 pages of this book left, which means I have read 350 pages so far this weekend. I see no issues finishing it and I'm excited to do so, but wanted to check in. Getting my editing on from the video I filmed yesterday, and then just enjoying the cozy scene that is this tree and football and Matilda. I think I might get a garland for around my console. It might be overkill, but I don't care. I just want decorations everywhere. I should just make dinner, but I don't quite feel like cooking yet, so I'm going to make some popcorn, which is always my favorite snack, with my little my little popcorn microwave popper thing. I need more than one hand to do this. This thing is truly the handiest, and then I just, you know, top with a little bit of butter and some salt and enjoy. It's the bomb. Now we snack and finish my book. Hi, I wanted to pop in and say I have 30 pages left of The Black Sun. And you might be asking yourself, kind of a weird time to take a break. You're not wrong, but it's so intense I need to like set it aside for a second. I'm gonna watch some Bake Off and then maybe start dinner. I ate popcorn a little late in the evening, which I knew was gonna ruin my appetite, but I like proceeded anyway. You know, bad choices, but we continued to make them. But point is, Black Sun is so excellent. At this point, I see little to no fault with this novel. I obviously need to digest it. It's like so fast paced. The past like 200 pages especially have just been non-stop. And I don't know, I just really like Rebecca Roanhorse's writing. The magic is really interesting. I really love how there's like different clans associated with gods, and therefore there's different manifestations of magic. And there's just this central sort of conspiracy and mystery that's beginning to kind of unfold, and it's just really hard to put down. I'm really, really liking it. So I'm definitely finishing it tonight, obviously, no problem. And then I'll read a bit of the Mad Ship, but I definitely think I can get to the 500 page mark. But I'm gonna watch some Bake Off right now because I just read a chapter and I was like, ouch. I need a moment to regroup, okay? Okay, but anyway, time for the Great British Baking Show or the Great British Bake Off. I don't know why the US has it as a different title than the UK, so I'll just say both titles.
Today's on a call, but this is how I'm spending my night.
I wonder if you guys can hear that, but it is raining so hard and the wind is blowing so hard. Quite the atmosphere for this evening. So loud. All right, Great British Bake Off is watched. I also read the last 50 pages of my book, which were just excellent. I will break down my final thoughts and feelings later tonight, but right now I'm gonna finally start dinner. I'm making pasta with some like broccoli and bacon. It should be really, really good. And hopefully not like too much effort, which is kind of what I'm always looking for, especially on a Sunday night. But yeah, so I'm gonna get cooking. All right, so first part of this is done. Lemon zest, garlic, onions, tomatoes for the sauce. I have a little bit of bacon here. And then I'm boiling some water, which I'm about to put the pasta in. And then in here, I'm roasting just some broccoli and some lemon wedges. There's more ingredients in this, but it's all super easy. You just sort of combine it all at the end, which is why I love eating pasta so much. It's kind of just like cook stuff and mix it all together. The best part is cooking the bacon because it smells so good. I think I'm also gonna add some sour cream to this to make it a little creamy. So we'll see. Cook the onion and some garlic and some of the leftover bacon grease. Yummy. Then you just sort of combine everything together and then top it off with some of the roasted lemon and then serve and enjoy. Bon appetit. Time to watch Bleach. All right, dinner's finished and we just watched episode 11 of Bleach. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings of Bleach so far, Clay?
I've liked it a lot so
Yeah.
far.
Me too.
I got into it really quickly. I love Naruto, but it took me a little bit of time to get into Naruto, and this one I've gotten into pretty much immediately.
Yeah, I don't know if Bleach is gonna be better than Naruto, but I feel like it starts out faster. And maybe it's because Ichigo's older than Naruto was. Like the vibe of like Naruto in the very beginning, I think is much more like young.
Yeah. That also, it feels to be moving faster, I think. I always felt like Naruto, even later, this would be a kind of a criticism I had throughout the show, is Naruto just sometimes took too long to do stuff.
Yeah.
It improved on that throughout the show, but I think that is a criticism I would hold pretty much to the end. Although, don't get me wrong, I love Naruto.
Yeah, Naruto is
But
our fave. Soft barks. I'll say, because I have seen Bleach before, there are very long fight scenes.
Yeah, it is anime.
It is shown in anime specifically, which is kind of known for it. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been
Matilda.
It's been really relaxing. I always find these kinds of shows to be, because they're just like easy to watch. This show is a lot funnier than I remember it being. And some of the characters I remember not really caring about the first time I watched, I like so much more. I think I'm just having like a more whole experience with it. Like, I love Orihime. I think she's so funny, and I never felt like I really cared about Orihime the first time around. And Rukia, Ichigo's relationship, I think is really, like, their banter I think is great. Oh, one thing I'll say, I do think, at least so far, I think Bleach has better female characters.
Yeah.
I think they're more interesting.
Female representation isn't great in Naruto.
No, it's not. I think that's a big ding against Naruto. And I mean, like, we're not so far, like, I don't know if there's going to be, like, every female character is as strong as male characters, but at least they have like agency and a personality, and they like stick up for themselves in the show. Versus in Naruto, I feel like they're really boiled down to like female stereotypes. as much as I love that show, I think that's probably like my biggest criticism. Especially with like how even like anime fandom treats Sakura, I think speaks to how like Naruto treated Sakura. But anywhoosie, so we started Bleach, 11 episodes in. I'm really excited. It's gonna be a great show to carry us through the holidays, so I'm glad you're liking it, Clay. And I'm glad we're watching it. Hi friends, Matilda and I have ventured into the bedroom to read. I'm going to read more of Mad Ship, not Ship of Magic. Clay has a few more work things he needs to finish up, and then I think we're gonna spend the rest of the night just watching anime, as we were doing earlier. But I figured I would take this time while I'm waiting for Clay to read. I obviously have already read all of Black Sun, and it was so good. Like, I don't know, I felt like when I read Trail of Lightning by the same author, I was really amazed by her pacing, like how she was able to fit so much world building and character depth in not a very long book. And she kind of like upped the ante with this because she added lots of, obviously this is a brand new story, but she added a lot of perspectives. And it's longer than Trail of Lightning, but it's not crazy long. It's only 450 something pages, but I felt like it was paced so well, and she's so great at creating these sort of like realistic relationship connections and like stakes between characters so quickly, which obviously enhances the story overall, like outside of the exceptional plot, politics, and magic. Her characters are just great, and the stakes and the emotional stakes between them are great. And I loved it so much. Like, I'm so happy because I picked up this book wanting to love it, and I really did, which is kind of the story for this year. I feel like I have been disappointed by so few books this year. I don't even think I can make like a worst books of 2020, because there really isn't a book I read except for maybe like one that I wouldn't recommend, because they've all just been so great. If that's one good thing that's happened, at least I've had some really good books this past year, which I have been enjoying a lot. But anyway, I'm going to shift over to Mad Ship for a bit while I wait for Clay, and then I'll be able to easily read over the 500 page mark. But just wanted to check in and let you know, one, my final thoughts and feelings on Black Sun, which is you should read it, and two, just kind of my general plans for the rest of the evening. So that's that. So anyway, toodles. And we're back, folks. I did a bit of reading, but now finally more anime, which I just love anime. Hi friends, and welcome to the end of the vlog. The next day, I just wanted to quickly pop in and wrap up everything I was able to read over the past couple days, though I'm sure you know, but you know, it's tradition. I gotta end the vlog this way. So obviously I went into great detail, but I was able to read the entirety of Black Sun, which was exactly 450 pages. It was exceptional. I think I'd give it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Would highly recommend. And then from there, I was able to read like 35 pages of Mad Ship before Clay finished up work and we watched anime. So all in all, I read just under 500 pages. Really loving everything I've been able to read so far for the month of November, which is really exciting. Per usual, everything that I mentioned in this video will be linked down below, including my offer code with ThredUp, which is Reagan30, to save 30% off your first order. Big shout out to them again for working with me for this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon with another one soon. Bye.